Hi everyone, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways, and today I'm going to talk to you about planning your garden for food storage. Now, whenever you're planning out your garden, whether it's for food storage or you're looking at landscaping, doing ornamentals, anything like that, it always pays to write it down. You can always change it, it doesn't have to be exactly that first draft you did, but it helps to solidify, I feel, your ideas in your head and what you're going to do. I also make little graphs and stuff like that. I haven't done that now, or as of yet, because I haven't talked with the owners of this property yet, so I'm not really sure how much room I'm going to have and where in the garden my area is going to be located. But I've written down a bunch of different things here to take into consideration. I'm planning small, but you may be planning a lot bigger. And what my family likes to eat may not be what your family likes to eat. So make sure you take all that stuff into consideration. How much sun you get for how many hours a day, how much rain you get, all that kinds of stuff that you normally look over every year. Alrighty, I started my list here and I put under here suitable for storage. And these are all the plants that I plan on storing one way or another. I'm not going to be able to grow all of them, but I put them down here because overall this is what I want to have put away come winter time. So I have potatoes, tomatoes. Now tomatoes to me aren't normally what people would call winter storage food. And that's why I put this little star next to it. Because tomatoes I'm going to grow because I'm going to process them one way or another. And the same here with spinach, beans, and peppers. So any of these particular ones, they can be processed through canning or freezing, drying, however you want to do it. Most of the other ones are the ones that can go like in a root cellar or some other storage. For instance, winter squash, and I want to grow butternut, is not good for a root cellar. It needs it a little bit warmer and not quite as damp. But overall, this is the list that I have going. I got potatoes, tomatoes, squash, pumpkin, beets, cabbage, carrots, parsnips, onions, rutabagas, turnips, spinach, beans, and peppers. So I did put a star next to everything that I'm going to process. With the spinach, I'm probably going to freeze that. The beans, it's probably going to be freezing and canning. The peppers are going to be freezing and dehydrated. So, just think about all the different ways you know how to preserve food and how you plan on doing that when you're thinking about what you want to grow. Now on the next page here, this is what I plan on buying that I'm probably not going to have the space to grow. So I have the pumpkins, rutabagas, onions, carrots, cabbage, and turnips. We all know pumpkins take a lot of room to grow, so I'm just not going to even attempt that. And you can get them a fairly decent price at the end of October. The other ones, rutabagas are pretty big too, but cabbage just takes up too much room for as much as I would want. Now, if I only wanted like 3 of them, it wouldn't be a problem. But with the onions, carrots, turnips, all of those, in order to get as much as I would like, I would have to have more space than what I have. So when you're thinking about your food storage, think about how much space you have and can you do any succession plantings. Carrots you can, and stuff like spinach you can, and beans you can. So you might want to take that into consideration. Then I also have on here corn. I certainly don't have the space for corn, but I've only grown corn once before, and that was just kind of fun for the kids. But here in Wisconsin, like a lot of the Midwestern states, we grow a lot of corn. And our farmers make beautiful corn, beautiful bi-colored, Sweet, sweet corn. So for me, I can get it cheap enough, I'm gonna buy it. Then my next page here, I just got a little more detailed. So I said planting of 2017. And this list here is fresh storage. So that's the kind of stuff I would put directly in a root cellar so that during the fall and winter months, I still have some fresh food to eat. So not everything's canned or processed. Then over here is the processed storage. That's my tomatoes, peppers, beans, spinach. And then here is fresh eating, which I have Swiss chard and cukes. This is all that I'm going to plant, that I want to plant. And that's in addition to smaller things, you know, like your herbs or flowers or stuff like that. That's a completely separate list. But this is what I feel I have the room to do. I may not have all the room I want in the ground for potatoes, so I may do those in containers. So think about that too. Sometimes it really helps to plant things in containers if you're unsure, for instance, of about how much sunlight you have and if you have to move it around a bit, stuff like that. So anyhow, this is my list. This is how I'm trying to plan out food storage. Think about your family. What does your family like to eat? How much do they eat? How many people are in your family? And get to writing this down. It's not too late. It's certainly early in the growing season for a lot of people. If you can't grow everything by seed, then go ahead and buy some transplants if you need to. Do whatever you have to do in order to get your family fed with good, wholesome, organic food. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful gardening season. Visit us on homesteadingways.com and on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. The links are down in the description box. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.